This is Saints 4 Takeaways, sponsored by Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the Saints.
You know the best thing about the Saints preseason finale against the Titans? The preseason is over. I like the preseason so much better at 3 games than 4. Shorter is better. So let's start our 4 takeaways with this. Tennessee won the preseason finale because they wanted to. The Titans have a first-year coach. Brian Callahan is young at 40. He's still learning his roster. Callahan played his frontline guys a lot Sunday. Dennis Allen did not, and that's okay. The coaches are in different situations, but the fact that Tennessee's ones scored on their first 3 possessions over the Saints' 2s and 3s literally does not matter. And a reminder, I used this slide last week, the Saints' first-team defense played 6 possessions in the preseason. They gave up just 1 first down and 0 points. At number 3, I think it's pretty obvious at this point, Spencer Rattler should be the Saints' backup quarterback. The TD pass to EQ St. Brown was a thing of beauty, and overall, Rattler's numbers Sunday were better than Jay Kaner's, but I think it's more than that. I think the eyeball test tells you Spencer Rattler has a bigger upside. He's definitely got some moxie, and I think he might eventually be a starting quarterback in the NFL. But I'll say this again. He is not ready to do that now, and Dennis Allen is 100% committed to Derek Carr as his number 1 guy. Rattler will only play if Carr gets hurt. Now, at number 2, cuts come this week, and what the Saints do at running back, I think, is going to be fascinating. In the new age of football practice, with an elevated emphasis on safety, nobody gets tackled to the ground, and the one position that I think now might be the hardest to evaluate at practice is running back. James Robinson, for instance, I didn't think he showed much of anything in California, but in games, he's a whole different player, and you can see how he once rushed for 1,000 yards in a season for Jacksonville. So here are the questions. What will Dennis Allen do with Kendre Miller, who hasn't played since day 1 of training camp after spending almost all of last season hurt too? The Saints' second best running back after Kamara has been Jordan Mims, no doubt. So these are the 8 guys that I'd call running backs because I do think that's where Taysom Hill will spend most of his time. The Saints are going to keep between 4 and 6 of these guys. Kamara, Hill, and I think Jordan Mims are locks to make the roster. But then what? Will the team cut bait on Kendre Miller? Has Jamal Williams done enough to stay for a second season? Could the Saints keep Taysom Hill as their only fullback? I think what the Saints do here this week will be really interesting. And at number 1, the big picture is fascinating. The defense was top 10 in points allowed last season and tied for 3rd in turnover margin. And I think with a few key additions, they can be better. And the defense is deep. The offense, on the other hand, is not. The Saints start the season with just 3 reliable offensive linemen. Question marks behind Alvin Kamara and question marks behind Olave and Shaheed at wideout, and injuries are inevitable. Right now, the Saints over-under for wins is 7.5. That's 3rd best in the NFC South, and that is where we start the season. Clint Kubiak's offense was fun to watch in California. Maybe he can maximize the positives and use enough misdirection to cover the weaknesses. For the Saints to be better than expectations, they must be at least pretty good on offense. And for now, that's the mystery. We start getting answers in 2 weeks. And that is my 4 takeaways after the preseason finale against the Titans.